Hi there, everyone. Eli Love here, and I am happy to answer 12 questions about myself for Ariel Hyatt and Cyber PR. Thanks for asking these questions about my music, and I'm excited to share a little bit about myself. About me, I started music full-time about 2 years ago, so that's a pretty exciting thing. And last year, I made my own Eli Love Music LLC. So it's been quite the process, and so far I've got 2 albums out. Do live shows, and that sustains me as a full-time musician, and it's a kind of a really cool thing. And so I do music full-time. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, and Cyber PR has been a really big part of kind of getting my career to the next level. So really happy to be involved with them. I decided to be a full-time musician. Sounds really silly and romantic, but on a beach in Mexico near Sayulita. I swear this is true. I picked out the beach on Google Maps from Indiana when I was a student there, finishing up my master's for language education. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the beach and just kind of hang out for a little bit. And I brought my guitar, started playing some songs, and I thought to myself, if I'm ever gonna do this creative thing, it's gonna be now. Right after I finished my master's, there was a little bit of gap, a bit of time that I had, so I decided then to be a full-time musician, and it happened a little bit. Took some time for the universe to kind of, come together and make that happen, but eventually it did, so here I am. From an artist perspective, how do I know how personal is too personal when writing my story, figuring out your personal brand? Well, I think that's a really good question. I think each of us have our own personalities that we present online that we're comfortable with, and I think that's different for each persona and each person. For me, I feel really comfortable sharing my journey about my music and about my creative part. I don't really share like day-to-day stuff, like what I had for breakfast or where I'm going on vacation, just because that's just me. I kind of like separate that part from my social presence. But I am myself on social media, so I don't have like this other persona or something. I really do care a lot about what people think to the music, and I like to comment and respond to people when they show some love to me. So yeah, it really depends on the person. But for me, I love engaging in the creative aspect of my career. Third question: from an artist perspective, how do you know? Oh, I just answered that. Being in the folk genre, but figuring your own way, how would I tell an artist who is starting out in the music industry to try and find their own path? That's a great question. I feel like, we are post-genre now, so you can mix it up. You can mix and match kind of where your audience lies. It's almost by demographic more than genre. So, like, who are your people? Are they educated? Are they travelers? Are they business folk? Are they, punk rockers? Like, what kind of fashion, what clothes do they wear? That kind of stuff can actually be really just as important as kind of genrifying your music. But for me, I think it's really just finding your message as an artist and as a story, and then all that stuff kind of creates your persona. So it's not just the music anymore. It's kind of where you come from, where you're going, and what you have to share and what you have to bring to other people's lives. So that's been a really interesting process. Fifth question: a common misconception for a beginning artist is that they need to hire a PR firm and they will have immediate success. What do you think about this? Nope, that's not true. A PR firm is a leg on the table, you could say. So as long as you've got all your things in order, it's a website, your socials are up, you're playing shows, you've got recorded music, and you're looking for that next step, that's when PR, I think, really can make a difference, and it has for me. So it's been great, but that only PR is not going to kind of get you discovered or bring you more fans. It's kind of like you can use it to leverage to get the next show, or maybe that festival that you really want, or like for placements it can really help. So it depends, but yeah, it's not just get a PR agent and then you're famous. Okay, question 6. What is one piece of advice that you would give a beginner who doesn't have a solid fan base yet and is not sure where to start to build a new one. Open up your phone, open up your contact lists, and there's your fan base. There's where you start. Your friends and family, the people who you work with, people closest to you are going to be your community and your strength. And then for me, I built out from there. So my Patreon page came from that small community. My local artists and people who I work with all comes from the people who I already knew. So it's really kind of like you're starting this little fire, and then that can like build from there. So I recommend going to people who you know, like all your community members, and starting there. Question number 7. How does an artist figure out what their story is? How do you know if it will resonate with potential fans? Well, I think your story is always developing. So wherever you're at, that's your story. So if you are a beginning artist and you have, one song and you're really proud of that song, your story is, hey, this is my first song, I'm really excited about it, and you share that with the world. If you are a professional singer-songwriter and you've been around the world and you've toured everywhere and you have this, this long adventure, that's your story. So wherever you are, that's who you are, and it's not about being somebody or having an aura or presenting yourself as something that you're not, because people will see that very quickly, and they won't want to interact with something that they seem is phony. So being true to yourself is the first start for that. Question number 8, how has social media helped you build your fan base? Which platform do you think helps you the most? Social media has been awesome. At first, I kind of thought of it as like this drag, and it's like, there's like so much stuff I have to do. But really, it's just free promotion. It's just a free way of getting new fans and promoting your new stuff and connecting with people. So I've connected with people all around the world, from Portugal, Brazil, Canada, Israel, Andorra, Spain, France, Germany, and struck up friendships with them. It's been a really amazing, incredible thing. So it's helped me expand my small community to a global family. It's been really great. The platform that I think helps the most, it really depends on the post. So for Instagram, photos and short videos work really well. And then for Facebook, live videos, and even my personal Facebook page has been great, where it's just like talking about shows, or I got some new merch to sell. That really works too. But email has actually been really good to see the response there. I have a great response from emailologists because I try and stay in touch once a month. So they all can be used for different things. Number 9, how have you used email marketing to mobilize your community, find new fans, and keep your current fans engaged? Email has been great. Social media comes and goes. Facebook might not exist tomorrow, for all we know. Same with Instagram. But if someone gives you their email address, that's a form of trust, being like, hey, you've got a place in my inbox, would love to hear from you from time to time. So I've used that to kind of bring fans in. So I had a noise trade campaign, which got like 400 email addresses. So that's been great. And then, just slowly building my email list from live shows has been awesome. And then that way people can keep in touch and see if I've got new music or new merch or new video. It's great. It's been good. And question number 10, what would you say is a secret weapon in building your community fan base? My secret weapon. I don't know if it's a weapon per se, but I think it's consistency and engagement. So if I'm there and they know that they can come and say hey and see something on my social media, that's really great. I do Folk Fridays on YouTube, so that's a weekly series. People see that and they know to come every Friday and they can see a new video. So I would say consistency and really kind of sticking with it. On Patreon, I release a new song and a new video every month exclusively for my members there. And that also gives me a way to keep myself accountable and keeps me going. So consistency has been really great for that. Question number 11. You just released a creative crowdsourced video for Chasing Daylight. How did you get 50 plus of your fans to participate in the video? Wasn't that time consuming? Well, the initial setup was consuming. But after that, people sent in their videos. It was great. I set up a Google Drive, and I split up the song into 6 sections, and people sent in different sections of the song and they were singing along to it. So it was a really cool experiment. I really recommend it. It was a great way to connect with the community, and it was a great way to connect with folks. So now I have like a direct line to people, and they've been in my video, Chasing Daylight, so you should check it out. It's been great. Way Out West just came out. What was your strategy for getting your current fans to take action and help spread the word about the album? So I had a video strategy on Instagram where I made short clips of each song. You can check it out. And then fans would talk about their favorite songs. I put the lyrics there, so that was good. And I also had a single before the album, and then a single that came out with the album, music videos after the album, and then my big album release show at Pearl Street Warehouse in DC, December 28th. So it's all part of that kind of like movement, all kind of that push. And people are really excited about it, so am I. Check it out if you got a chance. But it doesn't just end there. Once the album's out, it's actually just the beginning of all the PR. So Spotify playlists, local media coverage, all that stuff takes the album and makes it even bigger. So yeah. So thanks for the questions. Thanks for listening. My name's Eli Lev. Thank you, Cyber PR, for being part of my journey and a wonderful part of my community. And wishing you all happy holidays. Thanks. Bye.